Hello, it's Aoife from Eurogamer here. As you might have seen, the final update for the Resident Evil 7 beginning hour demo went live over the weekend. I had a disastrous first attempt and got the so-called infected ending. Not so good for our nameless victim of the Baker family. But rather than let Jack get the best of me, I had another run at the game and, with a little help from the internet, finally figured out what you're supposed to do with that dummy finger. The whole process is kind of complicated and involves solving 5 spooky murders. So strap yourself in, and spoilers ahead, obviously. The first thing you're going to want to do is activate the lever under the fireplace that's right next to you when you wake up. And grab the fuse from the secret room on the other side. Pop this into the fuse box and push the button at the top of the stairs to gain access to the attic. You'll need to grab the objects essential to solving the mysteries next, so get the blank notebook that's in a drawer about halfway down the molded corridor and grab the dummy finger from the main hallway. Once that's done, head up the stairs and into the attic. In the big room with the attic window, turn right for the celluloid object. Combine this with the finger to get the dummy's left hand, which, as you'll see, is fixed into a pointing position. More on that in a second. Beside where you picked up the object, you'll see some childlike scrolls on the wall, hinting at 5 murders that have taken place in the house. The word point here is pretty suggestive, don't you think? Reading the message activates a creepy giggle that you'll be hearing again, and it also triggers some text to appear in the previously blank notebook. So let's go solve some murders. The first one is pretty easy. Go back downstairs to the heavy fallen bookcase covered in bin bags by the front door. Examine your dummy hand and have it point at the debris. You may have to move it about a bit, but eventually you'll hear some crashing noises and your controller will vibrate. That's one murder down. Next, go upstairs and into the attic space. Pass the first room and go around the corner to the boarded up door. Look at the light and you should hear another giggle. Next, you're going to have to head down into the basement. Grab the key by the bed in the big attic room if you haven't already, and make your way to the locked gate at the end of the molded corridor. Now what you need to do here is grab the valve wheel and the attic key while avoiding the creature's attacks, and get out of the basement so that the creature despawns. I don't know if avoiding being hit is essential to solving the murders, but it is essential to obtaining the demo's true ending. I found that the best way of avoiding it is to grab the valve and then head back to the door you came in from to trigger Jack's arrival. This means that the monster spawns in the main room rather than where the attic key is, so it gives you a clear run to go in and grab that, and then run back to knock down the door. If you're having trouble, you can kick the body bags at the monster to stun it momentarily. Once you've got both items and you're out of the basement, head back down. The monster should be gone for good. Head towards the body bag at the very back of the room and pull out the dummy hand. Pointing at the body bag should trigger some noises and another murder will appear in the notebook. Next, head back to the main stairwell. Hit or shoot the painting of the woman with a bag over her head to trigger another giggle. Then head under the stairs and point at the boarded up door for another murder solved. Turn around so that you're facing the mirror in the hallway and then do a quick 180-degree turn by holding back and circle. That should trigger another giggle. Head back into the attic and go into the big room with the window. Head to the back left corner and look at the blue and white wires hanging by a beam over the bed. Point at them with your hand to solve Marlene's murder. It might take a while and a little wiggling to get this to trigger, but it definitely works. Finally, go and retrieve the videotape from the cupboard in the hallway past the kitchen by the back door and load it into the VHS player. You need to watch this tape to trigger the final giggle, but it doesn't always work first time. Some speculate that you might have to have seen the ghost in the videotape for it to work, but I saw the ghost during 2 playbacks of the tape, and the trigger only worked the second time. Anyway, watch the whole tape and then head back into the basement. Look at this doll on the floor, and if it all goes well, you should hear another giggle. If not, don't worry, it just means that you have to watch the tape again and hopefully it'll trigger next time. So, for the final murder, head into the kitchen and open up the cooking pot to look at the final resting place of Timmy. Take out your finger, point at the goo within, and voila, you've solved all the murders. As you can see by checking the notebook again. Go back up to the locked door in the attic, which is now covered in delightful bloody handprints. And more importantly, isn't locked anymore. Inside you'll find a lovely inspiring message and a dirty coin, which apparently unlocks something in the main game, provided you have the demo's save file on your system. Congrats! Now head up the ladder towards freedom. If you enjoyed this, please check out our other Resi videos and do consider liking and subscribing to the channel, because I heard that stops the bakers from getting you. But hey, it's just a rumour.